Howdy folks, and welcome back to Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Or I think I need to just start calling it Frieren in these intros, like leave out the Beyond Journey's End, because I feel like when I'm talking about the show to people, I just call it Frieren. I've only ever heard people call it Frieren. I know that's the full title of the show, but like, you know, there's other shows that have longer titles, like a recent example, Witch Hat Atelier. I feel like I've heard people just refer to it as Witch Hat Atelier, not just Atelier. I don't know. I've never seen it. It could be people just call it that, but just from what I've seen, they don't. But for Frieren, it's pretty much just Frieren. So I think, as you know, small change to these reactions in the grand scheme of things. So I think I'm just gonna say, howdy, folks. Welcome back to Frieren. Regardless, today we're gonna be watching season 1, episode 3, which is titled Killing Magic, which is a title that normally I'd be like rubbing my hands together like, ooh, we're gonna get some good action in this one. But the way the show has been going these last couple episodes, it's pretty much gonna be probably Fern just asking Frieren if she has spells that can kill people. Frieren's gonna say, yes, of course I do. I've been collecting spells for so long. And then a flashback to like when Frieren used it on somebody and Himmel was like, you didn't have to kill that guy, you know, or something like that. And it's gonna be super sad and I'm gonna come close to crying. Maybe not, who knows, but the way the show's been going, there's a non-zero possibility that that's how the episode's gonna play out. I'm gonna do my best to keep this intro blessedly short because I am just coming off of a cold, still have a bit of a cough, so I'm probably gonna be coughing throughout this one. Gonna do my best. I've just consumed a cough drop. I got tea here. It is vanilla Komaro. I know I usually say during the OP of the show, but that's what I got. So I got tea, I got the cough meds. I'm gonna try to be chill for this one because this is, you know, this is a series where you should be relatively chill watching it. I'm just gonna do my best to try not to cough through it. I'm sure Frieren has a spell that could fix me, but you know, I do not. I have not collected that spell yet. You know, I've gotten pretty good at the spell for producing tea, but you know, no such luck on the health benefits one. But regardless, let's scooch over here. Like I said, keep this intro blessedly short. Do all the YouTube things. Subscribe to the channel. Hopefully these reactions just keep getting better. I feel like last week was a much better reaction than to episode 1. So I hope you're enjoying these reactions. As of recording, episode 1 is the only one that's gone live on the feed. Seems to have gotten pretty positive reactions from the viewership. A couple people saying like, you yap too much and then the show is too small in the corner. I'm like, have you never watched a reaction before, my dude? But yeah, thank you for those of you who've been coming back to watch these. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see when more of these come out. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you think of the episode, of the reaction, anything you want to tell me. No matter how sick I get, I can still, like, it's muscle memory now at this point to say all the YouTube things. But also, if you want to see any episode of Frieren, any reaction of mine, uncut, unedited, early, a little bit, link to the Patreon down in the description below. Great way to support the channel, but you don't have to. I'm just glad that you're just here watching on YouTube. Let's rock and roll. Like I said, super short intro here. You know, not my shortest intro maybe, but I feel like I did yap at the front end a little bit about what should I call the show when I start these reactions. But anyway, let's get on with it. Frieren season 1, episode 3, Killing Magic, starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. I suppose they could also be talking about the idea of killing the idea or practice of magic. Like you're killing magic itself. Also a non-zero chance of that. I love that part with like the wild piano. It sounds like it's out of key with the rest of the song, but that makes it sound awesome to me. Also, that shot right at the end of the OP, which we've seen. The City of Warm. But almost every episode has had a shot of Frieren's eyes kind of like going wide like that. And the fact that she does that in the OP as well. Something else. I know. I'm gonna vibe. You're gonna do all the work. You're the apprentice after all. Spells. What was that look on her face? Oh, okay. Yo, I want to play poker with Frieren. Terrible poker face. Oh. Why would you need that? Yeah, exactly. I hate studying. It's not important. Take it back. Yeah. Oh, a little stealth mission, huh? Metal Fern solid. Oh, what if she's gonna buy Fern a really nice gift, though? Oh, another bad poker face. Meanwhile, while she's distracted by the cat, Frieren, like, comes around the corner like, I knew you were here. I still think it's for Fern. Ooh. Once again, probably for Fern. Yeah, that's why she's getting it for you. I mean, who knows? Frieren has been not super mindful of people's needs, but she is working on it. That's a point of the show. Maybe she truly has learned what people need. Attention! Well-to-do gentlemen. This is awesome. We're very good tour guides. That actually went much better than I expected it to. They get to the dessert shop and it's just Fern. Yo, Metal Gear Solid, you're supposed to be in the box, not just pushing it, hiding behind it. Oh, Fern, you wasted so much time. Okay, so so she didn't get the sweets already. For whatever reason, I thought she already went and got them. Aw. Yo, if there's a menu, I gotta pause on it. I know we kind of caught a glimpse of it, but I don't think there was actual words that we could read. Oh no. See, once again, like, she did kind of sit up a little bit, but her eyes kind of went wide. Whoa, the title of Killing Magic. I didn't really expect this to be about desserts. Sour grapes. Yo, he's on that liquid diet. Oh, it's kind of like a flan, a little bit. Yeah, it was for her. I mean, I'd say Oracle moment, but I feel like that's kind of obvious. Frieren's like, I had no idea. Yeah, and I love that she's putting it so plainly. It's good enough sometimes, right? I could go for some flan right now. Some cheesecake sounds really good. What do you get for dessert at places, chat? Aw. That's nice. That's a nice touch. Does anyone's life have purpose? Yeah. We're just vibing. Aw. Episode 3, Killing Magic. In Gross Forest. I know that sign, that symbol that looks like a B is like German for like 2 S's, right? Playing Settlers of Catan in the sand. Oh, nice. Damn, she really blasted at her, huh? This is why so many apprentice mages die in the battlefield. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay. Yeah, we are getting a nice little action scene. Look at this. Meanwhile, some guy comes out. He's like, "What are you doing to on my land? My meadow! It's ruined." Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Like, I do like that as we're going, we're learning a little bit more about like the, not even necessarily the magic system, but just like kind of what makes magic tick. The fact that there's like spells for literally like anything and everything, but you can't just like do things. Like the fact that Frieren has for so long been traveling, she's obviously very adept at magic. You'd think that like, oh, I can just bend the mana to my will in order to conjure tea, for example. Instead, she was like, oh, I finally got this spell to be able to conjure tea. I think that's really interesting. It's not just like the fact that you can't just like do things with magic. You have to have particular spells to do it. Also, like just from what I would imagine, I would assume that offensive magic would be a lot more draining of your stamina because of how like powerful it is and how you're like ejecting it outward. But apparently the defensive stuff is what really taxes your mana. So I think that's really interesting. I would assume that kind of like turtling up and kind of blocking would be not necessarily free, but close to it anyway. It certainly casts more to cast in Final Fantasy. It certainly costs more to cast Flare than it does to cast Shell, right? So, the more you know, I guess. Yeah, obviously it's really important. I told you it was necessary. Well, that'll surely put her to sleep. Yeah, there we go, that line. Even though she's now taller than Frieren, Frieren's like, oh, she's still so young. Oh. Also, I love the briefcase. I don't think I've pointed it out in the last couple episodes. I love that little touch of the character. Okay.
80年前にこの地で悪逆の限りを尽くした魔族です。
Oh.
それを勇者ヒンメル様ご一行が
Of course.
してくださったのです。
I mean, she did say she likes to retrace the steps, right? Oh.
30年ほど前までヒンメル様が毎年のように村に訪れており。
Wow, even when he was still up there in age, huh?
フリーレン様のこともお話ししておりました。
Damn. Oh, and I love that we're not just getting flashbacks to young Himmel, but old Himmel too. She's still learning more about him after he's gone. Not just fulfilling the things he said, but even learning new things too. I like that. Also, part of me is like, maybe we're going to get a big action scene here, or maybe she just like blows this guy up as soon as the seal breaks. Like, in an instant, she's just... He's done. Okay. That was, what, 80 years ago, right, they said? Ooh, okay. Got it. Damn. She's like, nah, I got a spell. I'm better than that now. Okay. I have collected that spell. Either they got new tech as far as defensive spells go, or someone has cracked the code and learned the spell, basically. And now that knowledge is just out there. There he is. At last, I am free. As he just dies. She should just fuck with him and be like, it's been 300. I love the impact frames on that. I really want to hear the explanation here, because it could be like anything. Magic has just progressed so much. Yeah. And magic everywhere got more powerful. Nice. It's like ancient speedrun strats. If you ever go and watch those Summoning Salt videos where he talks about the world record runs of these games, it's like these ancient strats that just nobody does anymore. Damn. I was kind of right that there's new tech. Oh, has he already picked it up? Oh, maybe that's why. Damn, yo, he's been out of the game for so long, but... This is cool. And I love, like, I mentioned the impact frames earlier, but there's like almost like a... It's hard to describe, but like there's a color filter around the edges of his magic, and it looks really sick. Not quite film grain, but like almost. Yeah. Just fucking smoked him. Fucking disintegrated. She fucking Thanos snapped his ass. Look, he's dust. Holy shit. Well, time to go. Just stone-faced. Not unlike Qual yesterday. Aw. Uh-oh. Zoltraak! Oh. Nice him. That fried me a little bit. Also, there's a Straw Hat Pirate joke in there somewhere that I've now missed the opportunity for, so we'll carry on, I guess. Yeah, but Himmel essentially heralded you, right? Yeah. He said Frieren will come and put an end to this guy. Is that the end? That episode kind of flew by. Nice. You know, I like how I started this reaction basically saying there's going to be no action, no killing magic whatsoever. It's just going to be, you know, a sad little, you know, this is probably the least emotional episode that we've had. Now I was expecting it to be, you know, just as emotional as the first two. But we actually got a really cool little battle scene there at the end. But that's not to say that was like the only big highlight of the episode. Once again, like learning about the magic system a little bit. I loved that within this episode. Just a little bit of the two of them sparring, learning about the defensive magic, and, you know, then, you know, after I paused to talk about, like, that's so weird that the defensive magic is so much more costly on your MP, basically, than the offensive. But the way Frieren worded it during the fight, like that makes so much more sense, just because it's developed so much and is so advanced basically to be so protective. It's kind of like one of those things in Dune, like the reason nobody uses like guns or anything projectile based is because their defensive capabilities are so advanced that like they'll get stopped, and that's why they use the knives, because the knives can actually like get in there and you can still do damage to people, right? So not quite 1-to-1, because you know you still blast with magic instead of like doing knife fights and close quarter stuff like in Dune, but still really interesting to know like the little quirks of the magic system there. The first half of the episode was really sweet, just you know showing that Frieren really is you know trying to do better, right? After she made her vow in episode 1, like some shows would like drag it out to where like the character has to take like so long to finally get to the point where they're like, I finally have come to a place where I can like, you know, do my best. But, you know, Frieren inherently, you know, Fern said she still did get it wrong a little bit, right? Or she said, I have no idea what you like. You know, I still don't know like much about you, even though they've been together now for several years. But, you know, the fact that Fern said the fact that you're trying is what's super important. Feeling obligated to like get somebody a gift where you like know exactly what they like. You can get them something that would be like perfect for them, where they'd be like, oh wow, this is awesome, thanks. But like feeling like you have to do it out of obligation. Frieren didn't have to get Fern anything. So it's like the complete opposite. Like she might not have gotten her something perfect, right? But the fact that she did get her something without like, you know, and probably didn't even realize it was her birthday, right? You know, I made that joke in there, but she probably didn't. I don't know if they insinuated that she didn't know. I was too busy thinking, oh, I should make this fun joke here. But you know, it's the effort, right? You know, all around really good stuff in this episode. Like I said, maybe the least emotional of the episodes so far, or maybe it's because I'm so far gone with my like health that like I couldn't bring myself to be emotional about stuff. But you know, I feel like even on rewatch, like there's nothing that would make me like get all tear jerky. Whereas I watched reactions to a couple, the first 2 episodes of Frieren on a couple channels that I do follow, and the Himmel as an old man like giving the horn, and the Frieren finding the field of blue flowers in the tower in the episode 2. Both scenes got me like emotional, teary-eyed in these reactions I watched, whereas I feel like going back and watching this episode, there's not going to be too much there that will have the same effect on me. But you know, still a great episode. Just, you know, still just a really good vibey kind of show that I'm super glad to be watching. Even though, you know, like I said about giving the gifts out of obligation, I'm to the point where I've edited everything I've recorded, so I absolutely have to be recording. Thankfully, today's like the first day where I actually feel like good enough. You know, it might not seem like it with all the cuts I've had to make for all the coughing I've done throughout all of this, but today actually is like the first day I felt almost like a person again. So hey, glad to be back recording, glad it was Frieren. You know, another great episode with many more to come. So I hope you enjoy the reaction as well. I will be much better for next time. Might still have a little bit of a residual cough. I feel like these coughs take like weeks to fully go away. So but regardless, I will be feeling even better for next time. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with me through this. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out, like I said. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll catch you next time with the next episode of Frieren. Just Frieren, not Beyond Journey's End. Frieren. Take it easy, everybody.